Friends, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna be doing my last 24-hour readathon of 2024. Crazy. Please mind my hair. It's air drying. She's doing her thing. Just flew alone. I originally wanted this one as like a straight through 24-hour readathon. However, I got no sleep last night. My sleep was messed up and I have a bad headache already from it. So there's no way I'm going 24 hours straight. And it's already like 5 o'clock at night. We missed that window. So the goal is I'm starting this on Saturday. I would like to finish by like Monday midday, maybe. But I have to go to work tomorrow night. So really, if that's really realistic, but I think it is by work. Goal for today is finishing off my December TBR because I have not read a lot this month at all. I think I finished 3 books so far. There's a lot of stress with the holidays coming up, make sure everything was ready and like in order, and I definitely was not reading very much. I've started 2 more books, so I'm in the middle of 2, but we've only finished 3, so not doing great. There is 3 rereads in here. However, I know in a 24-hour readathon, I can definitely read, even with some of these being thicker, definitely read all 5 of these. Like easily minimum, I should be able to read these 5. Readathon, I've only finished 3 books, but it's because like 3 of them are over 800 pages, so can't win them all. First up, we have Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I love The Bodyguard by this author. I'm really excited to dive into this one. My reread of Akamath. I'm scared I could cry. I'm going through my Harry Potter reread pretty slowly, so the next is The Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm going to finish 2 books this month to kind of have it kind of done in the winterish months. It's like just over 300 pages, so it shouldn't be very long at all. Reaper at the Gates by Sabatahir. This is the 3rd book in the Ember and the Ashes series. I really love the first one. The second one, the middle definitely kind of dragged for me, but the ending was really good. So let's see what she does with this one. I feel like these books look like they're so long, but they're 450 pages, so it's still like pretty chunky, but also the font is pretty big. It's YA, so I think it's gonna read decently okay, maybe fast. And then what I'm not ready for, and I'm not sure I should really do this during 12-hour readathon if it's really smart, my reread of The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is my top read of 2023 and a 6-star read for me. And I'm kind of scared, but I would love to reread it so I can go back and annotate it. So I'm gonna read out my e-reader first, and then transfer the annotations over. Speaking of e-reader, I'm not gonna be talking about too much in this video because I'm gonna do a whole separate video on it. But I did get the Kobo Clara color for Christmas. So me reading The Nightingale and Akamath on those and highlighting, annotating with all the new colors. Also, if I can get to it, that'd be cool. I don't think I can finish it, but I am also about like 100 or so pages into Assassin's Quest, the last book in the Farseer trilogy, and that one wasn't on my December TBR, but it was on my 10 before the end list. It's the last book I have on that list, so I would really love to finish that. I feel like it comes down to it, I might not read Nightingale, I might finish that instead if it comes down to that, or at least get more of a start on this video, because that way too I still have like a day and a bit to finish it before the end of the year if I really want to like bang that out. But that is all for me, friends. Wish me luck. $22 hours and 58 minutes. I'm not gonna be updating this frequently, obviously every hour, but however, I was just binging this book and guys, I'm already nearing the halfway point. So fine update. I'm at page 137, chapter 14 in the first hour. Like, I have no idea where this book could go. The whole beginning with like the thing that's going on with her is very interesting. She's somebody who draws portraits for a living, and all of a sudden she had to undergo kind of like emergency brain surgery, and there being some swelling, and it pressed an apart that affects her ability to recognize faces. So she has like facial blindness. There's a big term for it, but I forget what it is. So pretty much she's actually like so struggling with her own internal things right now. Obviously, she has a lot going on. She's also running for like a big competition right now. She could potentially win $10,000, which is big, life-changing for her, but she has to make a portrait and she can't see faces. But I'm reading it right now. There's like some little love triangle going on, and so I think you know it's like who's gonna be between like the one you still hate, you're not supposed to like him, and the one you do like, really like. But I'm like, we haven't really got much romance yet, and we're already like 100 almost 40 pages out of the 310, so like we'll see where this goes, but I am enjoying it so far. Her last book was a 5-star for me. This one is feeling like a 4.5 right now, maybe 4, but we'll see. See what goes. Friends, I have finished book 1 and we are at 21 hours and 36 minutes. So it's been just under 2.5 hours. I'm not gonna talk about books too much as I go, just because I don't want to waste too much time talking about them. We have all my thoughts at the end, but I will say the plot twist in this one I did not see coming. And at first when like they revealed it, I was kind of like, that doesn't even make sense. Then the more they went into it, I was like, oh. So I think there's a chance I could have picked up on parts of it if I was like taking more breaks while reading it and like having longer to process with the characters, because I was reading it all in one. I just like sat down and binged this in one sitting. I didn't even film anything or update between that halfway mark till the end. I think next is Prisoner of Azkaban. I have already started this on my Kindle. I think I'm like only on chapter 2 though. Like I think I read like a chapter and put it down. So I'm gonna read this. I'd like to finish this tonight as well. It's just over 300 pages. So I am annotating this, probably go a little bit slower, but I can probably finish this in about 3 hours or so. And then it is only 8:30, so if I have more time and I'm still like awake and reading a little bit more, I'm gonna pick up A Reaper in the Gates, because I do have this on Libby as an ebook and audiobook right now, so I have both. So I'll probably e-read for a little bit and then transfer to the audiobook when I'm too tired to look at pages anymore, and then pick up a physical book a bit in the morning and finish. But one book down already in 2.5 hours. I did like the shortest one first so I could feel accomplished, and now we're gonna get going into some of the bigger ones going into tomorrow. But on to the next. Sorry for this awful overhead lighting. It's what we're working with currently. It is, I believe, just around 10. And I'm 55% of the way through Prisoner of Azkaban. Clock is like 20 hours left, I'm pretty sure. My goal is to read until midnight, but I just mentioned reading this. I'm feeling awful tonight. I think I was up really late last night, and I've had a headache nonstop all day long. I think my body just needs some sleep, because I even had caffeine and it's not fixing it. Like, I had a coffee today. So I think the new plan might just be to finish the rest of Prisoner of Azkaban and then was A Reaper at the Gates on audio, just so like I'm not staring at words, and that's like messing me up a little bit too. But the rate I'm going, I should finish this in the next hour and like a few minutes, probably hour and a bit, so like around 19 hours or so. And then we will see how far I get into A Reaper in the Gates, if I read any physically or just audio. But we're probably gonna like midnight the latest tonight, midnight the latest, and then maybe tomorrow will be our late night, because I need sleep. I need sleep. Thinking of possible causes for my headache, I realized I probably drinking one of these of water today. Don't ask me why. Like, I normally chug water, just not today. I've just been not doing that. I have these like electrolyte hydration little packets, so I said I'll put one of these in here, and then maybe this will make me feel a bit better potentially, because this is not fun right now. My friends, well, you know, this is not as going as well as I originally planned, what I thought was gonna happen. I'm about halfway through A Reaper in the Gates now. I'm reading it like a little bit in audio last night, and then a mix of audio and reading on my e-reader today. My clock is only at 16 hours and 4 minutes, and that happened because my headache was so bad last night. I just up at midnight, and then I was like, that's fine, I'll go to sleep now, I'll get good 8 hours and wake up at 8 a.m. and start. I slept right through till 10 hours of sleep, and then I still felt awful afterwards. So I only did like next like hour, I did like just audio, just sat there with my eyes closed still till like 11. I just went grocery shopping, so it wasn't good. I still have to edit a video that has to go up today and go to work tonight. So my goal is really to have this like under like 6 hours for tomorrow. There's no way that's happening. Like, I'm hoping I can get it like sub 10. And then we'll see if we finish tomorrow. This might roll into Tuesday, the last day of the year. So we'll see. But I'm sick and I can't help that, so it's kind of derailing this a little bit, but you know, I don't know, I'm really enjoying this so far. Definitely more than the second one. I think the second one was still good. I find some parts dragged for me in that one. This one I'm loving the pacing of, and we're starting, I'm right at, if I will turn, I'm right at part 3, so I'm right like pretty much in the middle. I have about like 210 pages left, so I think if I actually read this like e-reader, not audio, it could take me like just under 2 hours, but it'll depend how I'm feeling. And then even though I'm doing the timer on my laptop, I think when I go to work, I'll do the thing where I put the timer on my phone and then take that time off when I get back, just because I know I'll be reading, I'll listen to my audiobook driving there and back, which will be like at least half an hour. So then I'll take that off the timer here when I get back. But we're just gonna keep dripping on, guys. We're just gonna keep dripping on. Hi friends, update. I just got home from work. I put a little insert in. I got to hit myself in the head. I got to 13 hours, 27 minutes, and 17 seconds. I was listening to my audiobook of Assassin's Quest by Rowan Hobb, the 3rd book in the Farseer trilogy. But really exciting, I just put up my Cobra Libra color. It's so precious. It's definitely a little smaller than I'm used to, but I kind of love it because I think it's so cute. And then I'm going to do my reread of Akamath. And hopefully get that like at least half an hour, if not further. It is right 9:30, but I'd love to get this clock underneath 10 hours today, so like reading to like 1. And for my voice, I'm still not feeling great, so I definitely have a little honey lemon tea here. I'm gonna be chugging to hopefully feel better. But if I'm too sick to stay up, I'm not going to. And then we'll just push this to Tuesday, and that's fine. Alright friends, it is Monday morning. I'm not sure you guys saw, I was flying through Miss Inferior last night. I wasn't even updating when I was reading it. I think I read for like just over 3 hours, and I got to page 390. But I think it's also because it's a book I've already read before, and so like I know the story, I know what I'm getting. Like it's not like I'm not skimming, but still like I know, which would make sense to anybody else. I feel like when I reread, I read faster. On here, it's not taking me as long. Speaking of this, if you guys can tell, this is my new Coba Libra color, and I was gonna do like a whole unboxing video for it, but that's just like Tuesday. I didn't even do that. My mistake. But it's so cute. It's definitely smaller than my other two e-readers, but I think it is so cute. I'm liking it so far. Yeah, I'm on chapter 41, so we're flying through this. My clock says 10 hours and 24 minutes out though, so not as great as we want, and it is 10:30 in the morning now. In real talk, today is the 1 year passing of somebody very, very special and important to me, so I feel like today is more so going to be a day where I can actually do what I need to do to make it through the day, if that makes sense. We're going to be visiting some family, probably reading a little bit, but maybe not like as much as I originally wanted to today. And then tomorrow is the 31st, so I'll be finishing off this video no matter what tomorrow. I'll make it happen. It'll get done. So these books are all read by the end of the year. However, today might not be a huge reading day, but I'm in bed for a little bit now. I'm probably gonna read for at least an hour. I think at the rate I'm going, I could potentially finish this book in like just over 5 hours, which is crazy. It's like a 620 page book. That's good. But I finish this, and then if I do get more reading done today, I might either start The Nightingale, or the book's really sad, which was the vibe for today, so I might just keep going with The Assassin's Quest, read a bit more of that, and then do Nightingale tomorrow, but we'll see where this day takes us, because I'm not 100% sure. Alright friends, you're probably like, Angel, you're in the exact same spot. Correct, but don't judge me. Listen here, it's 2 o'clock. Listen. I'm gonna take this bookmark out because I did finish my reread of Akamath. I don't think it's quite, it could be a 5-star. It could. I'm gonna say 4.75 for now. 4.75. Still not quite a 5-star. I remember Aqua was my first 5-star in this series, and I think that's gonna hold true again on my reread, but we'll see. Like I said, when I reread A Court of Thorns and Roses, it's kind of fun to go back and reread these guys because they opened up Throne of Glass for me, and that is like my Roman Empire favorite series ever. So trying to reread these is kind of like reminiscent of my feelings like when I first read this series, like not knowing what it was going to lead to in my obsession of SJM. I finished that a little bit ago. My timer is now at 8 hours, 34 minutes, and 24 seconds. We read that book in like 4 hours? No, 5 hours. Honestly, 5 hours is still really good for that length of book. But now I'm taking a little break from the readathon because I'm doing something that my soul just needs today. And right now that is crocheting. My great grandma was like a master crocheter. She was wonderful at it. And so I'm just making my sister a scarf right now and watching some booktube. And that is what my soul needs right now. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna do another hour or so, and then we're gonna start getting ready to go see people, look more presentable, all that jazz. And then we'll see. I'll definitely pick a book back up tonight, but I'll probably read for like a couple more hours. Like I'd love to get underneath 6 hours tonight, if not 5. But we'll see where the day takes us at this point. I'm just surviving, so. Alright friends, it is a long while later. It is now 8:12, and I'm probably ready to get back to some reading, I think. Make some good little progress with my scarf. It's probably like a third of the way done. Oh, my hook should be here. That's awkward. Anyways though, I did some crocheting. I just watched some booktube. I went and saw some family. And I think I'm ready to start reading. But what's is that the next book on the list is the gut-wrenching Nightingale. This is a reread, but like it's a book that like was a 6-star read for me and I loved so much, but I've been putting off reading, so I know it gutted me. But also I feel like the margins of this book are like very fair and the writing's kind of big, so I feel like I will get through it pretty quickly. I'm not sure I'll get through it as fast as Miss and Fury, but I might. It's a 567 page book, so with the pace I was going with my last book, I can probably finish that in like under 5 hours, probably. I'm gonna do the same thing though. I'm gonna annotate it, so I'm gonna get it on my Kobo. I'm gonna quickly download that so I have it, and then get ready to be reading that for pretty much the whole night. It is 8:13. I'll probably stay up and finish this tonight. My clock has 8 hours and 34 minutes left. Hope I finish around 3.5 hours. That tomorrow when I'm finished the Nightingale, I'll probably dive back into the Assassin's Quest. But that's an 800 page book, and I think I'm at page like 200 right now, maybe a little bit further, like 250. So I don't think I'll finish that in 3.5 hours. I'll get like close, probably page like 600 or so. But I feel like I also read those books a little bit slower, take a bit more brain power for me. But alas, it's 8:14. I'm also, this whole vlog's been in my bed, but I've been sick and then sad. So listen, if this bed is bringing me some joy and comfort right now, I'm gonna take it, okay? So let's get all comfortable and then cry. Alright guys, I'm so sorry about this lighting, so I'm sure it's visible. I might be here, I might not. Like, hi. That's my boyfriend snoring back here, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. I've been for just over 2 hours, like just over, and I'm at page 260. So another one I'm reading like pretty fast, honestly. I'm almost halfway. I forgot how much this book damaged me. And like as I'm reading it, like they're mentioning certain characters, I'm already like trauma, PTSD, like I'm already just like getting ready to be crushed. I went into this night thinking I was gonna finish this tonight. That's very ambitious. It's like 10:45. I'm already getting kind of tired. Should I actually hold this here? It's so scary. I could pop an energy drink. No. I could pop an energy drink or some coffee, but like honestly, I try to value my sleep. But even if I can like, because if I say read 2 more hours and get to 4.5, the book's done anyways. Like I might as well just finish the book. So maybe I will also finish the book tonight. That's like 12:45, 1 o'clock. That's not terrible. I'll see where my mind is, because I think now it's the fact that I'm just sitting in bed looking at a screen, my eyes are hurting. So we're gonna see what 6.5 hours left, under like 6 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm pretty good. I'd love to get close to finishing this, because honestly if I keep going at this rate, reading this fast, there's a chance I could honestly finish the Assassin's Quest in this vlog. So I think I'm at page like 200 or so, and I have 600 pages left, and if I have like 4.5 hours left, or like just under, I probably could like get really close to finishing it. Probably not quite, like probably like 50 pages or so left over, depending on how slow I'm reading. But anyways, me and my creepy lighting, I'm gonna go back to bed to read, hopefully not sleep, but who knows. Alright guys, day 3 updates. Still in my bed, still in my Oodie. I guess, oh, this is day 4 now. This is day 4, sorry about that. However, we did finish the Nightingale last night, or did it finish me, is always the better question to ask. I actually did worse reading it this time than I did the first time. The first time, I was like determined not to cry for some reason. I don't know why, but I was just like, listen, ever since this book is so sad, but I've said multiple times before on this account, like I don't cry when reading very often, like at all. And so I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And last time I didn't cry until one of the very last scenes. It was kind of the last little nail in the coffin she gave you at the very end of the past timeline. That like sent me over the edge last time I cried. This time, I swear to God, I started crying at chapter 22. If you know this book, you know what happens in chapter 22. I first cried from here onwards, just like silently to myself. So I read this at night. That's why there's no footage of it, so I was not filming it. This book is gut-wrenching. It's just as good the second time around. It's still definitely a 6-star read for me. It is incredible. Obsessed with it. But now I read that book in like 4 hours, like 15-ish minutes, it looks like. It's 4:07. I have 4 hours and 7 minutes left. So I think I'm going to pick back up The Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. We're going to see how I do with this, because I feel like this book is, her books are very, like, I feel paying very good attention. And these first 8 chapters I listened to on audio, and I'm scared that I know what's going on, but I'm afraid like when I start reading it, it's not going to click, you know? So I might do the first little bit where I tandem read the audio with the physical, but something to slow me down. If I was reading at my normal reading pace, I could probably finish this in like the time of this readathon, because there's 4 hours and 7 minutes left, and I have about like 640 pages left. So if I was reading this my regular time, I probably could finish this or get really, really close to. But I find like Robin Hobb, I read about, my normal reading pace is like 100 to 120 pages an hour. I feel like Robin Hobb, I read like 80 to 100. Like it's definitely like a slow down process, like because I'm really trying to understand what this woman is saying sometimes. But we'll see. I'd love to get to like at least like 500 though, I'd say. And then I can always like, because this is a book I want to finish by the end of this year. And then I'm hoping, like, I still have work tonight, so as I'm driving maybe to and from work, I can like maybe still finish it. I can read a little bit tonight. Like, hopefully I can still just finish it off today, no matter what. But I like to get as close as I possibly can. Honestly, 600 by ideal. Let's get to 600. But the last book in the Farseer trilogy, we are back with our guy Fitz, and we're gonna see where this one ends off with. We're off to finish the readathon, friends. Wish us luck. Maybe an energy drink is in order, or a coffee. Ty heard me say caffeine and he knew I was just gonna be sitting here reading for the rest of the morning, so he got me a little iced coffee and breakfast sandwich. I'll stop to cook. Love. I'm reading for like literally just over an hour and I got to page 295, so I actually read 119 pages in like an hour and 5 to 10 minutes, which I feel is actually pretty on par for me, so maybe I'm not really slowing down with this. However, I definitely want to slow down for a little bit, and it's going to affect my timing because I'm going to take a little bit of, not a break, I'm going to listen to the audiobook of this though, and clean my bathroom. I need to get some cleaning done, and so it's probably like, I don't know, half an hour to 45 to clean, I'm hoping. Just like a nice deep clean, and so I'm gonna listen to my audiobook while I'm doing that. However, the audiobook, his voice is so slow that when I'm listening, even on 2 times the speed, it's still slow. So I'll probably put on like 2.5 and just clean up, but I'll probably only get done like 1 to 2 chapters while I'm reading that, because these chapters are very long. I'm enjoying this one, but a little bit less than the second one, I believe, right now, but there's still so much story left. Like, I'm not even halfway, so we will see. But just over 3 hours on the clock. I'm gonna clean for a little bit and then keep going physically. As I'm hoping, if I'm listening to the audiobook now too, I'm hoping I can get to page like 500 by the time this challenge is done. We'll see. You can tell I am sweating buckets. I just cleaned my bathroom. It took me just under an hour. It took me like 55 minutes because I was like deep cleaning, like hands and knees, scrubbing the baseboards kind of cleaning. If you guys know, sorry, my boyfriend's vacuuming right there, you can probably hear him. I like a workout. Cleaning is a workout, period. But now the unfortunate part is, during that entire thing, so this audiobook is so slow. I was listening at 2.5 times the speed, okay? 2.5 times the speed. And I still only got about 45 pages in. That's how much I read during the hour of cleaning. That's it. I'm on page 338 now, so definitely looking at about like 500 to 550 by the time I finish this challenge, which is kind of upsetting, so I'm still going to be further. But I'm still being anxious throughout the rest of the day, but that was kind of it was a very productive hour, but not in the sense of getting through this book. But I'm still reading audiobook the entire time, so it counts for my hour, and I have 2 hours and 9 minutes and 54 seconds left. And then I have to leave for work pretty much right then. So if I read straight when I leave for work, we'll finish right before I go to work. We'll see what happens here. That went off just I flipped the page to read this last little bit for this chapter. So give me a second. Okay, I just finished at page 5. I'm using a $10 bill as a bookmark. I finished at page 561. I have to run to work. On another note, I have now like, that means still like almost 300 pages of this book to read to finish it today. And I want to finish it before the end of the year. But I'm going to work right now, and then I have some plans that can keep me out of the house for a couple hours. Also finish the night at home because I'm a homebody and I don't want to be out New Year's Eve. However, I'm kind of concerned about finishing this tonight. Any other night, I'd be like, oh, if I finish it a little bit past midnight, like it still counts as today. But like, does that count today? Because now I feel like that's the one that you can't do it. And we'll see how this is going to go. My audiobook still says I still have 13 hours left of this thing. It reads so slow. Even like 2 times the speed, that's still 7 hours. So I'll have to be listening to it a lot and then plus read a lot when I get home. Stay tuned for that update, but I gotta fly. Friends, let's quickly outro this video because we read 5, almost 6 books, and I realized after they're all kind of like blue, green themed, kind of cute, but let's go over what we read in the past couple days. We start with Hello Stranger. I think this one's gonna be a 4 stars when I fall on. I did not see the ending coming, but I'm not sure if it's because I was just too close to it when I was reading it. I was reading it kind of like all in one big bingeable sitting. I didn't like this one as much as The Bodyguard. I don't know what it was about that one, but that one was an easy 5-star. This one didn't quite get there, but I do also have the rom-commers by her on my TBR for next month, so we'll see how that one goes. I'm doing my reread of Prisoner of Azkaban, and what's my favorite thing, I've actually really rated these books. The last time I actually fully read this series, top to bottom, was when I was like 12, I think, and I wasn't reading books then. I was just like, oh, it's fun. That was it. Like, I would say this is probably like a 4.5, maybe. It's like, just be higher because of nostalgia. Like, this to me is a 5-star series just because of like the nostalgia that it brings with it, you know? Then I went to Reaper at the Gates, and this one I liked a little bit more, I think, than the first and second one. I think it definitely goes this one, then first, then second. I'm loving this series. It's becoming like one of like my like favorite like YA kind of series from last year, because I'm filming this on January 2nd when I filmed this little outro, but clearly I read this last year. And I like same thing, I did the last book on my TBR for this month, so I'm really excited to finish this guy off, but can't say too much because it's the third in a series, but I would say it's probably like a 4.5, 0.75 maybe? I think it was a 5. I think it's a 4.5. Reread of Akamath, and this one I think I originally rated a 4.5. I think it up it to a 4.75 on reread. I don't think it was quite a 5-star. The first time I read these through Accor was my first 5-star, and I think that definitely will stand. I'm really excited. I did all my annotating on my e-reader. Obviously I have to transfer all these over, but guys, I've been doing that a lot lately where I actually annotate my e-reader. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll transfer them over. I think I have like 6-7 books to transfer over. This one held up. This is a 6-star again. The first time I read this, I did really good, and I didn't cry till like the very end. This time I was crying from like half onwards. It was not okay. Not much to say besides that. It was a reread. Not finish Assassin's Quest. I did get a bit further than this because I did listen to a couple chapters on audio, but to be not finish this for the end of the year, but that is okay. It was the one that I want to finish. It was my 10 before the end. This is the only one I did not get to, but I'll finish this now this week, and it'll be one of my first reads of 2025. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please do like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel out so much. I'm also on TikTok at Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.